explained about the graph. Still 3 more sums we have. So compulsory we can expect those sums. We will discuss now those all sums. Before that, chapter wise some selected sums I gave. So I'll display on the screen. Just it will be useful for you. Just once you check all these sums you get or not. So from chapter wise I displayed here. So from chapter 1 we can expect these sums. And after fundamental theorem and HCF and LCM definitions, prime factorization method and root 3 and root 5, 3 plus 2 root 5, and find the HCF of P cube and P square Q cube and B is equal to PQ cube. So how to find the HCF? Yesterday we discussed already. And next chapter, from chapter 3 and 2, see observing the graph, sum of the roots, product of the roots, and alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. We can observe that. Find the zeros of the polynomial also we can find. Next, another one, from third chapter. We can expect the graphs from these sums. X plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. And a rectangular garden sum and two 10 student sums. Right side already I gave that chapter and exercise numbers also. Once you check it clearly, 5 pencil sum and another one more graph sum. Now again we'll go for the fourth chapter. So once already you done these all sums, once again you cross check these all sums from chapter wise. Just 1/2 hour before going the examination, once you cross check all these sums, it will be very useful to you. Next chapter. I'll show you that next chapter. See once here also, once you check it. From this seventh chapter, points of trisection, coordinate geometry. We can observe this point of trisection 1:2 or 2:1 compulsory. We should learn that based on the section formula, area of rhombus, 4 equal parts, point on x-axis, points are vertices of a square. These all sums once you check it are displayed the right hand side also very clearly. Now, eighth chapter, from triangles, we can expect tan A is equal to 4/3 and find out the remaining trigonometric values. Same as 2 mark sum or 4 mark sum also we can expect root over 1 plus cos theta by 1 minus cos theta is equal to cosecant theta plus tan theta value. And first of all, we need to learn properly the table values of the table in this sin 60 cos 30 plus sin 30 cos 60 sum. And 15 cot A is equal to 8. Then find out the sin A and secant A value. Same as fifth sum. Root over 1 plus sin A by 1 minus sin A is equal to secant A plus tan A sum. Also you can check it once. And another one more very compulsory sum. This is 7 plus tan square A plus cot square A. Definitely it will give, I think. And one more question we can expect from this. Secant theta plus tan theta is equal to P. Then secant theta minus tan theta is equal to how much? It should be reciprocal of P. 1 by P will come. Same as eighth sum. Cot theta is equal to 7/8. And after that, find out the value of 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. So from chapter 8, these sums we can expect. So next we'll go for that chapter 9. Angle of elevation, angle of depression. These two, they are asking that draw the diagram of angle of elevation and angle of depression for 2 mark question. So students be carefully observe this. And bridge sum, and tree breaks and due to the storm, tree breakdown, that sum also we can observe once. And building and tower sums and 2 poles of equal heights. but that sum also we can expect. And one more chimney sum and top of tower and a kite flying on the sky. That sum also we can expect from this chapter. Chapter 9. From chapter 9, these are sums very useful to you. Next, we can go for the next chapter. From chapter 10. Prove length of the tangents are equal. And again, prove in concentric circles are the larger circles chord, a circle of chord, and quadrilateral ABCD is drawn. AB plus BCD is equal to AD plus BC. This sum also we can expect. And prove parallelogram is a rhombus. And the same time, angles are given, and another one more angle we need to find. And tangents drawn at end of diameter or parallel. This sum also we can expect from chapter 10. So students, carefully, once you recheck all these sums before going the exam. Okay. Now I'll explain. Yesterday, one graph I explained you. Another one more graph I need to explain in this. See now in this one question, 10 students of class 10th took part in a mathematics quiz. If the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys, find the number of boys and girls who took part in the quiz from the pair of linear equation for the above problem and find their solutions graphically. He asked this question. So for this question, what we need to do, first of all, find that pair of linear equations, how we can form that linear equations, and after find the graphically. So here, what is the given value is 10 students of class took a part in a mathematics quiz. The number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. Let's take first number of girls will be X and number of boys will be Y. Then after that, sum of they took part in the quiz, he said, no, that's why X plus Y is equal to 10. And another one more logic he gave, the number of girls is, that means, the girls value is given. The number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. So already the boys we taken as Y. So the value of Y value we need to find in this. Let the number of girls will be taken as an X, and the number of boys will be taken as Y. But he said that the total students are he said. So total students means girls and boys we should add it. That is why X plus Y is equal to 10, taken as the first equation. And another one more condition he gave, the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. Number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. And boys kanna 4 ఎక్కువ. So therefore, X is equal to, you can take it as 4 plus Y or Y plus 4. From this, you can frame one more equation. Y send into LHS, X minus Y is equal to 4. This is considered as the second equation. Now you got here 2 linear equations. So by solving these 2 linear equations, you may draw the graph. So first, this graph is intersecting lines or not parallel lines. We need to check. First of all, X plus Y is equal to 10. First value is X plus Y is equal to 10. And second is X minus Y is equal to 4 you have. So 1 by 1, 1 by 1, and 1 by minus 1. So that is why these two are not equal. So that's why you can draw a intersecting lines for this. For these two linear pair of linear equations, you may draw the graph is an intersecting lines. So that's why how to draw the graph also, once again, I'll explain you clearly. Here, observe you. Now, first, for the first just equation, I need to draw the graph for this. For this equation, I need to draw the tabular form. So observe here, first I need to take that X value and here Y value, and after that order pair X comma Y, we should take it as an order pair. So in this X value, I said to take 0. First, if you put in the place of X value is 0, then Y is equal to 10 we get. So that is why 0 comma 10 is the first order pair. if you keep that 0 in the place of y, now you take the 0 in the place of y, then this is y is equal to 0, then the rest of the value x is equal to 10. So that is why if x is 10, y value becomes 0. If x is 0, y becomes 10. Don't confuse for taking the values. That means if you can take your wish 1, 2, 3 values, so many values we can take, but sometimes you are getting confusion. So that's why carefully you can take first x value taken as a 0, you may get some value that should be taken as a 10, and after y should take it as a 0. Y should take it, you can substitute the in the place of y 0, then x is equal to 10 will come. So the value should do the rough work in the right hand side. So like one tabular form I got. Now come to that another second tabular form. So second equation you have here x minus y is equal to 4. So first x value and y value, and this is the order pair of this. So in the place of x value, again as usual take 0, put x is equal to 0. Whenever you put that 0, x is equal to, then here minus y is equal to 4 you get. So whenever you put that x is equal to 0, minus y is equal to 4, then this minus y will minus values send outside means then y is equal to minus 4. So that is why you can go for that. If x is equal to 0, y value becomes minus 4. So then order pair is equal to 0 comma minus 4. So then after that another value you need to get that in the place of which value we need to take in the place of x. Simply go for keep in the place of y is equal to 0. If you keep in the place of y is equal to 0, then x minus 0 is equal to 4, then x is equal to 4. So that's why x value you should take 4, then it compulsory comes as 0. That is why 4 comma 0 is the order pair. Very easy. So if you know how to draw this, how to find the tabular form, you will catch that marks 8 marks easily. So that's why children observe carefully how to draw the tabular form. First frame that equation. After framing that equation, first in the place of x put in the value 0, then y value you will get. So substitute those two values in this. Then after in the first already we kept in the place of x 0. After substitute in the place of y value 0. If y is 0, then automatically x value you will get. So finally we get the two order pairs. By using these two order pairs, you need to draw the graph. See, I'll show you the graph also here carefully. So whoever don't know, whoever have the confusion, clearly draw the graph. Here see now highest value of y value is 10. Highest value of x value is 10. So that's why on that x value, you should take up to 10 values. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and up to 10. So same as y value is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So up to 10 we should take. And negative values also minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. And y values are also minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, like that we should take. Now first tabular form come to here. So first order pair is 0 and 10. First order pair is first 0 and 10. So x is 0. So this is 0. X is 0 and y value will be positive value, that must be 10. So on the y axis you plot the point 10. So whenever you mark the point, you should write here the value is the point value is 0 comma 10. So second value will be 10 comma 0. So that means x is 0, x is 10, x is 10, y is 0. Y value will be 0 means here only. Both will be coincide at 10. So that's why mark the point here. This is 10 comma 0. So whenever you plot the point, immediately draw the line by using the scale, because of this line will be a straight line. So we constructed a straight line. So what is the straight line equation is in this means x plus y is equal to x plus y is equal to 10 is the straight line which we drawn in this. Now come to the second equation. So for second equation, we already find the tabular form. What are the order pairs you get? X is equal to 0 and 0 comma minus 4 and 4 comma 0. First, 0 comma minus 4, you should plot the value in the graph. X is 0, y is minus 4. Means on y value, on y axis, negative sign we should take. On y axis, negative sign is here, minus 4. Here x is 0. So that's why you construct you need to plot the point on the y-axis at minus 4. And second point, 4 comma 0. 4 is x-axis and 0 is y-axis. 4 means here 4 is x-axis and y is 0. 0 means you need to on the axis. So 4 comma 0. Plot the point 4 comma 0 and this is 0 comma minus 4. X is 0, y is minus 4, x is 4 and y is 0. So like that we constructed the, we plotted the points. Now join these two lines, but if it is not intersect, you could extend the line. By using the square, we need to extend the line. Now this line equation is, this is that x minus y is equal to 4. X minus 4 is equal, x minus y is equal to 4 is the equation of this line. Every point should mention on the graph clearly. What point you plotted in this, that point also you should mention. And what is that line equation also you should write here. And after that, scale also must be should write. On the graph, scale must be right. So now whatever the intersecting point we have here, so that point also you should mention that that should be 7 comma 3. So if you observe in that graph clearly, it should be comes to that 7 comma. So that means here we have that 7. If you join the lines like this, so these two intersecting point is 7 comma 3. So that is the solution of this graph. So that means you have this value is both lines are intersecting at 7 comma 3. So therefore x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3. Therefore number of girls, so x means you thought in that in the number of girls we thought x. So like number of boys is y. So conclusion also compulsory. You should write in that down. So number of girls is equal to number of girls x is equal to 7 and number of boys y is equal to we have 3. This is final answer we have. Very carefully you should draw the graph. This is a statement sum. So that's why first you need to write the statement, whatever the given information clearly writes. And after frame the two pair of linear equations and the two linear equations framing after that draw the tabular form. So for this first equation, first tabular form should write. For second simply you should write after that. So first tabular form plotting the points after construction completion after only you go for the second straight line. If not, you will be get the confusion. At the same time, don't forget to write here the points clearly. What the point you plotted here, that point and this point compulsory. You should mention the order pairs here clearly. And that intersecting point, whatever you have, that is the solution of this graph. So that's why that point also you should mention. And what is the straight line we draw for this straight line? Should mention here.
Sir,
Hello.
sir, ఆ హెడ్ ఫోన్ సరిగ్గా పెట్టుకు అరేంజ్ చేసుకుని వాయిస్ క్లారిటీ పోతుంది.
Okay, sir. Hello. Is it audible, sir? Hello.
ఓకే సార్, ఫైన్ ఫైన్.
Okay, sir. So don't forget to write that on x-axis 1 centimeter. You scale also compulsory, right? On x-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. On y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. you should write this scale compulsory on the graph. Okay. Next, I'll explain one more sum. Once you observe this, next we will go for the pencil pen sum. I'll explain that sum also. We can expect this sum also. Here see now, from the pair of linear equations for the following problem and find their solutions graphically, 5 pencils and 7 pens together cost rupees is 50, whereas 7 pens and 5 pens together cost rupees 46. Find the cost of 1 pencil and that of 1 pen. 1 pencil cost and 1 pen cost we need to find out. See here, what is the given is pencil and pen. So we should take first of all the cost of one pencil is x and the cost of one pen is y. By using these two values from the using given information, you can construct a we can first find out the pair of linear equations. First, I need to write the cost of one pencil. Let the cost of one pencil is equal to x rupees and the cost of one pen is equal to y rupees. He thought like that. Then after that, he given that 5 pencils and 7 pens together cost rupees is 50. 5 pencils and 7 pens. 5 pencils and 7 pens cost together is 50 rupees, he said. So that means you can go for that. We can write that equation 5x plus 7y is equal to 50 rupees. Same as here, one more condition also he given that 7 pencils and 5 pens together cost rupees is 46. 7 pencils. So that means 7x plus and 7 pencils and 5 pens together 5y is equal to how much cost is 46 rupees. So that is where this is considered as the first equation. This is second equation. So by using these two equations again, we need to construct a graph. So for that first equation we should take here now again a tabular form for that first equation. For the second equation, here we have first x values and y value and order pair we should write. Again x value and y value and order pair we should write. Here now see first equation if you take do the rough work 5x plus 7y is equal to 50. So first put in the place of x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. Then 5 of 0 plus 7y is equal to 50. Then 7y is equal to 50. Then y is equal to 50 by 7. So 7 sevens are 49 and 1 will be left and 0.1. 7 1s are 7. So y value will get as 7.1. So that's why x is equal to 0 and y value becomes you have that 7.1. Then order pair will be 0, 7.1 we should find out. So then after next value we should go for that same equation again put y is equal to 0. If you put y is equal to 0, then 5x plus 7 of 0 is equal to 50. Then 5x 0 and is equal to 50. You have x is equal to 5 tens. So x is equal to 10 you get. So here y is equal to 0 means you get that x value is 10. So therefore order pair is 10, 0. So if the decimal points comes also, don't worry about that. It will be very clearly should write now that. Now go for that second table. Again, that second equation is 7x plus 5y is equal to 46. You have first put in the place of x is equal to 0. Then 7 of 0 plus 5y is equal to 46. Then 5y is equal to 46 and y is equal to 46 by 5. 5 5 nines are 45 and 0.1 and 5 twos are 10. So 9.2 it will be gets. So that is why here x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 9.2, then order pair becomes 0, 9.2. So like that one equation you get, and another one more. So again we'll go for that y is equal to 0. Already x is equal to 0 completed. Now go for that y is equal to 0. Then 7x plus 5 of 0 is equal to 46. Then 7x is equal to 46. Then x is equal to 46 by 7. 7 6 are 42 and 4 will be left. 7 5 are 35. That means 6.5 enough for this. Now go for that x value is if 6.5, then y becomes 0. Based on this, you can find out the graph again. So how to plot the points, you know already. I think no need to explanation of this. Same as previous. So these 2 points also we can plot in the graph. But so 9.2 means you can go for that after graph. In the graph, suppose this is 9 means 9 after we have small lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and again small. So after this the 9 we can find out the small lines considered as the decimal points. So like this, this graph will be. Do practice once again. These graphs. Then after, from this chapter again we have one more sum also. We can check it carefully. Draw the graph of the equation x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 12 is equal to 0. This is determine the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines and the x-axis and shape the triangle region. So this triangular sum also maybe we can expect this sum also once you check it carefully. Now we'll go for that next chapter. Quadratic equations. See in this chapter quadratic equation, mostly we have the quadratic formula from that minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a formula once, and again discriminant formula we have b square minus 4ac. In this quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So the general form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. In this quadratic formula we have minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. That means whenever you need to find the roots, so this formula will be useful to you that once if you take plus alpha and if you take minus value, you will get that beta value. So those two are the roots we can consider. And again in this b square minus 4ac, this is called as a discriminant. B square minus 4ac is called as a discriminant. So if based on this discriminant, we can say that condition of the roots. So if discriminant is equal to 0, if discriminant is equal to 0, the roots are equal and real roots. You will get that, and this b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Roots are real and distinct. Distinct roots. Two different roots it will becomes. So two different roots it will becomes. Those two will be real roots only will come. And the b square minus 4ac discriminant is less than 0. Imaginary roots. You will get imaginary roots. So these points very useful from this chapter. Based on these formulas or conditions, we can find out first one question he is given. We can expect these questions. We will discuss now. In this first sum, to find two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose square is 365. So consecutive positive integers means continuation numbers. Suppose one number, if you take x, then continuation number will be comes the next number only x plus 1. So say like that here he is given as find two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose squares is 365. Let's take first those two consecutive numbers. one is x and another one is x plus 1. Sum of whose squares is 365. And that means a square of this number and a square of this number. After adding, you need to get 365 value. So that's why x square plus x plus 1 whole square is equal to 365. First, we need to find out this value and after simplify. So how you get that simplification x square? A plus b whole square. You should write now a plus b whole square whenever you need to apply this. A square plus 2ab plus b square formula you should write in the right hand side. Then x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 365. So x square plus x square 2x square plus 2x plus 365 will send inside. It may get negative minus 1 will be subtracted from this. Minus 364 is equal to 0. Now you take 2 as a common from this equation. X square plus x minus 2 1s 2 8s 2 to the 4 is equal to 0. So 182 we will get that. So again you find the 182 factors. How you get that factors of 182? So 14 into 13 you can check once. 3 4s are 12, 3 1s are 3 plus 1 4, 1 4s are 1 1s are 2 and 182 it will becomes. So that's why, but the difference you should get that here. What is the quotient you have? 1. So that is why difference of these two numbers will be 1. Multiplication of these two numbers will be gets as 182. But we need to get negative sign. So that is why here that we are getting, by doing subtraction also we should get that positive sign. So that is why smaller value should get the negative sign. That checking is very compulsory. So then x square plus we should get that 14x minus 13x minus 182 is equal to 0. You should take it out as x common. X plus 14 minus 13 take out common, x minus x plus 14 is equal to 0. Because of minus if you take out common inside you are getting that positive sign. So that is why again x plus 14 is a common factor and left of the number is x minus 13 is equal to 0. So finally we have x is equal to minus 14 and x is equal to 13. These are the values of that numbers whatever we required. So this type of question they will be asking in that. So carefully observe that. Next, find two numbers whose sum is 27 and the product is 182. One more sum we have. Observe carefully here. See children, once first what is the question is given as first identify carefully. Two consecutive positive integers and sum of their squares he said. So that is why x square individually square I applied, x plus 1 whole square also we applied finally. After this a plus b whole square formula applied in this, and after simplification here factorization method you know already. So first number x square quotient and constant number should be multiplied and after do the factors for this number. By using these numbers middle number will comes by difference or addition, but here we have the possibility difference of these two numbers only one will be comes. So that is why we are taking the difference of these two numbers and product of these two numbers compulsory it may get that 182. So after factorization we get that x value. So this is the method for this. And another one more sum you have. So find two numbers whose sum is 27 and the product is 182. Whose sum is 27. But the two numbers are they not given that. Let first number be considered as here what is the given information is whose sum is 27 and product is whose product is 182 he said. So by using this condition, we need to make an equation again. So let's take the first number b. Let the first number b is x. Then sum he said that. That means x plus y is equal to 27. Second number, if you take it as a second number is y. Then he 27. Y is equal to, you should take it as 27 minus x. That means second number is 27 minus x and the first number is x. So that is product of these two numbers is what we can say, the first number is x and second number should take that in terms of x we converted this. So that's why we are taking as 27 minus x is the second number, and product of these two numbers is equal to, he said that 182. So this compulsory we should note down this carefully. So but in a, if you take y value as usual, for simplification is difficulty to you. So that's why in terms of x we need to convert this y value. So after do multiplication, 27 into x minus x square is equal to 182. Now these all values are on that side, right hand side, because of x square is having negative sign. So that minus 20x. Again go for the factorization method. Both should be negative sign only, negative value will come. By doing multiplication, minus into minus plus, and 13 into 14 is 182. So that's why the factors we should take as for 182, the factor should be taken as 13 and 14. Now again take out common x, x minus 13 minus 14 into x minus 14 is equal to 0. So therefore we have x minus 13 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 13, and x minus 14 is equal to 0, x is equal to 14. These are the continuation numbers. So first number is 13 and second number is 13 plus 1 is equal to 14. Same like that, number, what are the numbers if you want to find out. And from this chapter, one more sum we can expect. In this, one more sum we can expect from this. Of a right triangle is 7 centimeter. The altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter, and the altitude of a right triangle is, then if the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, if hypotenuse is then hypotenuse, this right angle triangle of right angle opposite side we consider as an hypotenuse 13 centimeter. He said altitude should be to x square plus x minus 7 whole square. 13 square is equal to 169 x square plus, again here we have a minus b whole square formula. A minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square, also you should write right hand side. Then apply the formula x square minus 2 7 14x plus 7 7 ja 49. So here again these two values are x square plus x square 2x square 169 is equal to 2x square plus 2x square minus 14x plus 49. So 49 constant, this 169 send that side, then 2x square minus 14x plus 49 minus 169. So then after we have is equal to 0, then 2x square minus 14x and 0 20, 120 minus 120 is equal to 0. Again to take out common, if you take 2 common as x square minus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. So therefore equation you have x square minus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. Again you go for the prime factorization method. By finding the prime factorization method, you can get this value. Okay. Okay. Then use this prime factorization method. We can find out that x value like that. Next. These are the sums we can expect from this chapter. And one more sum you have. Find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization method. Already we find this by prime factorization method roots. First we find that equation, and after we find that x value by using the prime factorization method. Next we'll go for that. Next chapter, arithmetic progressions. So for this chapter 8 marks, we have the choice from this statistics. So better go for that statistics only for doing this, and arithmetic progression you can go for the choice. Yeah, that is your wish. Next one, in this chapter we have the formulas nth term. An is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Then we have one more formula Sn. Then whenever we have the first term and last term, n by 2 into a plus l. By using these three formulas only, we have many sums in this chapter. So that is why carefully you observe this. In this, some sums we can do. Suppose here one example is given that if the third and the ninth term of an AP are 4 and minus 8 respectively, which term of the AP is 0? Once again, if the third and ninth term of an AP are 4 and minus 8 the given, but which term of the this AP series is 0, we need to find out. See, by using this sum we can expect this sum. Find the 0 of the which term is 0 of the given series he is asking. First you go third term. Third term means you know a plus 3 minus 1 into d. A plus n minus 1 into d is the nth term formula. That is a plus 3 minus 1 into d. You should go for that. A plus 2d is equal to the given as third term is 4. Third term is 4. Same as we have ninth term. Ninth term a plus one number we need to reduce because of the n minus 1 we are doing no. Ninth term means a plus 8d is equal to ninth term a plus d is equal to minus 8 he is given. So by using these two conditions we need to find out the which term is 0. First of all we need to solve these two equations. This is the first equation, this is second equation. From 1 and 2, a plus 2d is equal to 4 and a plus 8d is equal to minus 8. By solving these two equations, minus, minus and positive, these two cancel. 8 minus 2 is equal to minus 6 and 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. Therefore, d is equal to minus cancellation after that minus 2 you will get. That the common difference is minus 2. Common difference we get minus 2. By using this common difference minus 2 we can find out this. Substitute the value in the first equation, you get a value. See now in that a plus 2 into common difference is minus 2 substituted in this 4. Then a minus 4 is equal to 4. then a is equal to 4 plus 4, then a value is 8. So therefore we have common difference minus 2 and the first value is 8. So by using these two values, nth term we need to find out. By which value is getting 0, he said. That means nth value is 0. So here they given the clue, nth value is 0, but n we need to find out. So that is why an is equal to, you know, the formula n is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Here nth value is 0. So that is why 0 is equal to a value is 8, 8 plus n minus 1. N value we don't know. N minus 1 into d is minus 2. So that is why n minus 1 into minus 2 is equal to minus 8. Therefore, n minus 1 is equal to minus 8 by minus 2. Minus minus get cancelled 2 4 times. So n is equal to 4, n minus 1 is equal to 4. Then n is equal to 4 plus 1, you get that 5. So that is why fifth value we get 0. So that means here fifth term of the AP is 0. Fifth term, which term he is asking, which term is 0, he asked, no, that's why fifth term is 0. See, once again, clearly observe this question. Here they asked that third term and ninth term of AP are 4 and minus 8 is given. Okay. Then by using this, we need to find out the which term is 0. So whatever the given condition, by using, we form here a plus 2d is a third term, a plus 8d is a ninth term. After solving these two terms, d we get, d value will be substituted either first equation or second equation. You get a value. By using a and d values, we need to find the nth term value, because nth term value already given, an is 0. Because of which term is 0, he said, that means nth term is 0. So we need to find out the term which is, we need to find out. That's why we find here n value. So fifth term is 0. Right. Now, some more sums we have in this. Here, see, we can guess this one more sum. If the sum of the first n terms of AP is 4n minus n square, this sum also very important. Check once again. Do you also do along with me? Many times we did this sum. See, once sum of the first n terms of AP is 4n minus n square is given. Sum of n terms. Actually, we have the sum of n terms formula as by Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. But he given sum of n terms Sn is equal to 4n minus n square he gave. The condition is given here. Sum of n terms in AP, Sn is equal to 4n minus n square he gave. But here we need to find what is the first term and what is the sum of first two terms. Sum of first two terms. First sum of first term we need to find out. That means n is equal to 1. That is only sum of first terms. So if n is equal to 1, then S1 is equal to 4 of 1 minus 1 square. So that is equal to 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. That means sum of first terms, or else first term is also 3 only. So here first term we have 3. Now we go for if n is equal to 2. N is equal to 2. That implies yes, 2 is equal to 4 of 2 minus 2 square. So that is equal to 4 to the 8 minus 4. Here we get 4. Sum of two terms. That means you have first term and second term. A plus d is equal to 4 we have. So this is S2. Sum of two terms is equal to, we have 4 answer. So, and again, like if n is equal to 3, n is equal to 3, we should find out S3 is equal to 4 of 3 minus 3 square. So 12 minus 9 and again 3. So we have n sum of 3 terms is equal to, we get 3. Sum of 3 terms, S3 is equal to 3 we get. Same as sum of 4 terms also we can check. So how many terms we require, like that we can find out. But what is the question he is asking in this? Find the third and the 10th and the nth term. So find what is the second term, first term and the third term and the 10th term he is asking. See now how you get that first term already you know 3. A is equal to 3. Sum of n term, sum of first terms and sum of first term and A is equal to 3. Sum of two terms. S2 minus S1. Sum of two terms minus sum of first terms తీసిస్తే మనకు వచ్చేది second term. So that is why sum of two terms minus sum of first term. Sum of two terms we have how much here? 4. So 4 minus 3 if you do, you'll get that 1. That means second term is 1. That means A1 is equal to 3 and A2 is equal to 1 you get. So first term we get, second term also we get. Similarly, third term he is asking. Third term means how you get? S3 minus third term. If you want to get the third term, you know, sum of three terms minus sum of two terms, if you subtract, you will get the third term. Sum of three terms, you know already 3. 3 minus sum of two terms, we already we know 4. So that is y is equal to minus 1. Therefore, A3 is equal to minus 1. So we have a series now. Now 3, 1, minus 1, so on is the series. Now first term A is equal to 3. Common difference D is equal to 1 minus 3. That is equal to minus 2. So now common difference, you know, first time also, you know, by using these two values, you can find out what are the value we need to find out. Now you can find out 10th term. If you want to find out 10th term, A10 is equal to A plus 10 minus 1 into D. But A value is 3. 3 plus 9 into D value is minus 2. So that's why you go for that. 3, 9 2s are 18. So that is equal to, so minus 15. Minus 15 is the 10th term we have. So this is minus 15 is the 10th term. Same, by using this formula, you can find out nth term also you need to find out. So what is the formula for nth term? An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So in that A value and D value will be substituted, then nth term also you will get. An is equal to, so A value is 3. 3 plus n minus 1 into D value is already you get that minus 2. Substitute minus 2. So after that 3 plus, so minus 2 to do multiplication, minus 2n, minus into minus plus 2. So here 3 plus 2, 5. 5 minus 2n is the nth term of in AP series. So this sum is very important. So carefully observe that. First we find they are given Sn is equal to sum of n terms formula they are given. By using that formula we find the first term, and the sum of two terms, sum of three terms we find. Sum of two terms minus sum of first terms it is we should subtract it. Then you get that second term. Sum of three terms minus sum of three terms minus sum of two terms if you subtracted, you get that third term. Sum of three terms minus sum of two terms if you subtract, we get third term. So by using the series you have 3, 1, minus 1, so on is the series. By using this series, we find that common difference D value. So A value already you know, A value and D value using by that condition, we find the 10th term. So after that nth term also we find. So carefully once again you do this sum, very very important. Next log sum and Subaru sum also very important, those two sums. We'll discuss those two sums also. See in this 200 logs are stacked. 200 logs are stacked in the manner that is 20 logs in the bottom row and 19 in the next row, 18 in the row next to it, and so on. In how many rows are the 200 logs placed and how many logs are in the top row? This is very very important sum. See first of all what is the given? Total logs are given as 200, and from this number of logs in each row. So first they gave last bottom row he given as 20 logs, and after 19 logs, after 18 logs, so on is given. Totally that sum of logs will be 200. Here Sn is equal to 200 logs are given. By using this series we need to find out. What is the question we need to find out? How many logs are in the top row and in how many rows are there? We should find out. So for this first common difference we need to find out. So 19 minus D is equal to 19 minus 20 is equal to minus 1, and A is equal to 20. From by using this A value and common difference D value, first of all we should find out Sn. because of sum of Sn is equal to, here the given is 200 logs. So you know the formula, Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So Sn place value we can substitute to 200 is equal to n by 2. N value we don't know. N by 2 into 2a is 20 plus n minus 1 into common difference is minus 1. You can simplify this sum, you can get that 400 is equal to 7 n into 40 minus n plus 1, and after that 400 is equal to 40 n into 41 minus n. So then after 400 is equal to 41 n minus n square. So by using this you can get that condition. So these two values sent into LHS, then n square minus 41 n plus 400 is equal to 0. Now you factorize this value, you may get that n value, then number of rows will come. So then after that we should find out the nth term, then you will get that how many logs are there in the last row. By using that condition we can find out this sum. Next we have one more sum. Subbarao started work in 1995 at an annual salary of rupees 5,000 and received an increment of rupees 200 each year. In which year did his income reach 7,000? So observe carefully, this sum is also same pattern. See in this, first they are given his 1995 an annual salary of rupees is 5,000 and received an increment of rupees 200. First he had that annual income is 5,000 rupees. The next year increment is 200 rupees. That means 5,200, and the next year 200, again 5,400, so on is going on that series. So finally he had that last in which year did his income reaches rupees 7,000? That means 7,000 rupees. Here he is getting that nth term. So that means, you know, an is equal to 7,000. A is equal to 5,000 rupees, and common difference D is equal to 200 rupees. And he had here AN is equal to 7,000 rupees. AN is equal to 7,000 rupees. So go for that nth term formula. N value we need to find out because of nth year. Which year we need to find out the that income 7,000. So that's why nth term, you know, AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. You should go for that. AN already, you know, 7,000 rupees is equal to A value is 5,000 plus n minus 1 into common difference D is equal to 200 rupees. So 7,000 minus 5,000 is equal to 200 in n minus 1 into 200. So here you get, so 7 minus 5 2 is equal to 2,000 is equal to 2,000, also will send this side by 200 is equal to n minus 1. So zeros cancel, and 2 tens are 20. That means n minus 1 is equal to 10. Then n is equal to 11 years. So after 11 years, he get that 7,000 rupees earning money. So this sum also very important. So like another one more sum we have very important in this. How many 2 digits numbers are divisible by 3? So we can guess this sum as a 4-mark question. How many 2 digits numbers will be divisible by 3? See, observe in this. How many 2 digits number are divisible by 3? So that means 3 divisible numbers you should write. First of all, 2 digits numbers will be starts from 10. So on to last number is 99. That starting 2 digits number is 10. Ending 2 digits number is 99. But here he is getting the, he wants to find out how many 2 digits numbers divisible by 3. That means it should be multiple of 3 multiples only we should take in this series. So that is why 10 after the first multiple is for 3 table, 3 fours are 12. 12 only the first multiple of 3. So 12 after that, 3 fours are 12, 3 fives are 15. 15 after 3 six are 18. So like that, that series will be comes like that. But last number 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9. It will be divides. So that's why we can take the series is 12, 15, 18 and so on 99. So here what number we need to find out? How many 2 digits numbers he asked, no? So that's why you need to find the n value. So n value we want to find, an is equal to 99. So here by using a value, a is equal to 12. First term a is equal to 12. Common difference d is equal to 15 minus 12 is equal to 3. And an is equal to, you have 99. So therefore we need to find out the nth term. An is equal to, we have the formula a plus n minus 1 into d. So that's why an is 99 is equal to 12 plus n minus 1 into d is 3. So that's why you simplify this sum, you can get that answer. So first 12 only send outside. 99 minus 12 is equal to n minus 1 into 3. 9 minus 2, 7. And 9 minus 1, 87 is equal to n minus 1. This 3 will be comes to here. 3 2s are 6. 3 9s are 27. So that is why n minus 1 is equal to 29. And then n is equal to, you get 30. So finally we have the answer is, and then for n is equal to 30. So that means 30 numbers we have in between 2 digits numbers 10 to 99 in between. We have 30 numbers are divisible by 3 table. So based on this sum, again we have one more. How many 3 digits numbers are divisible by 7? Also same model. So here we need to start from 100 to and 999 number. So by using this 7 divisible, you should find out the first term and the second term, and the common difference already 7, nth term already 994. By using that also we can do this sum also once you check it. How many 3 digits numbers are divisible by 7 also once you check. Still in this chapter we have one more sum, flower bed. So in a flower bed, there are 23 rose plants in first row and 21 in the second row and 19 in the third row and so on. There are 5 rose plants in the last row. How many roses are there in the flower bed? Number of roses we need to find out. Here also n value we need to find. So go for the series first. They given 23, 21, 19, so on 5. That series is given. First term you should find out, and second term common difference also find out. An already 5. By using that condition you need to find out the n value. If you have any doubt, just once you check it, here that series is the given as 23 and 21 and 19 so on 5. Here the flower bed series is given as like a series. First term is a is equal to 23 and the common difference d is equal to 21 minus 23 is equal to minus 2. Then an is equal to 5. So we need to find out number of flowers. We should find there are number of rows in the flower bed we need to find out. So that is why we will go for this is also nth term formula an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So already n value substitute in this, a value also substitute, and n value we should find out. So answer will get as 10 rows. 10 rows in the flower bed we get. So these are the sums from this chapter we have. Another one more. Sometimes they given as what is derive the formula of nth term and sum of first n terms and the common difference also they are asking the question. Directly the formula and write the parameters of this, what is n, what is d, what is a also. Next we go for triangles. So for this chapter we have the real numbers as a choice. So we can go for that root 2, root 3 or whatever the sum we know easily. Now in this chapter similarities we have SCAS similarity and SSS and AAA similarity. And in this chapter one more theorem, we have only one theorem we have, that is basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem. So that theorem also once we discuss. We can expect this theorem this year. So children carefully should learn this theorem, basic proportionality theorem or else Thales theorem. In this in a triangle ABC, the line which is drawn parallel to third side BC, DE is the line parallel to drawn to BC. Then it will divide the other two sides in the same ratio. So other two sides in the same ratio. That means AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. We need to prove this. So what is the theorem? Sometimes they given the definition and you should prove that. Sometimes they will ask that what is prove and define and prove that the basic proportionality theorem. If he asks, you'll go for the first definition. You should write. What is the definition? Is the line which is in a triangle ABC, the line which is drawn parallel to third side, the line which is the line DE drawn parallel to third side BC, then this line will divide other two sides in the same ratio. So what is the ratios? AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. This is the theorem. So for this theorem proof, I'll explain here clearly. Observe. Suppose here we have one triangle ADE. From triangle ADE, see now, before going to the proof, first LHS, what is the derive here like that? AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. We have no. We need to prove this. First LH I'm taking that. AD by DB. AD means, this is for this triangle one base AD. At the same time, DB means also one more side of this triangle. So what we have here, you need to construct two more triangles. How it is? AD has a base one triangle and BD has a base one more triangle we need to construct. So how it is? Suppose this is the line. Suppose for any line, one perpendicular line only we have, right? So same like that, AB is a line. For this AB line, if you draw a perpendicular line like this, EN is the perpendicular for this total AB line. So then EN is the perpendicular for this ADE triangle. AN is the perpendicular for this ADE triangle. Why we are taking that perpendicular means because in a triangle, what is the area of the triangle means half into base into height. We have the formula for triangle. So for finding that area of this triangle, so that's why I'm taking here EN as a perpendicular line. Now this is the height of this AD line. For this AB line is also EN is the perpendicular line. For DB line is also EN is the perpendicular. So again we have from the triangle ADE, from the triangle ADE, base is AD, base is DAD, height is EN, base is AD and height is EN. So that is why area of a triangle is how much? The formula area of a triangle is equal to half into base into height, right? So from the triangle ADE, what is that area of the triangle is half into base is AD into height is EN. See, observe carefully. LH I'm taking AD base and DB as a base. Two triangles I'm taking. LH, AD as a base and DB as a base. I'm taking two triangles. First triangle I completed. First triangle area of ADE is equal to half into base into height. Half into base into height. We completed. First condition is completed. Now coming to the DB as a base, you need to construct one more triangle. Why we are taking the DB? Because we need to prove that AD by DB. So in that DB as a base, I need to construct one more triangle. So that's why I join this BE line. Whenever I join BE line, we make a BDE is a triangle. For this BDE triangle also, the height is EN only. Why before I said that for AB line EN is only the height. Now it is useful for this DBE triangle also. EN is the height. So now tell me that area of the triangle BDE is equal to half into what is the base? I said already DB is the base. Half into base into BD into height already EN is the height. So EN is the height. This is the second condition. So now you take that from 1 and 2, 1 divides by 2. If you do 1 by 2, you have half into AD into EN by half into BD into EN. See now observe in this, EN get cancelled, half get cancelled. Finally we have AD by DB. So this already LH we noticed, LH we find. Observe carefully. So first, if you know this clearly, then rest of the part is very easy. This is only we have the confusion of this BDE triangle. Why we are taking that EN is the height? Is the confusion in this. So now you can clearly observe that for every line, height is same. Perpendicular line will be comes as equally. We have the perpendicular for this line. So that is why for this AB line also we have consider as En is the height, means wherever you take that En is fixed. For that line, height should be En. So second one will go for from the triangle. Now AE by EC we required. On the right hand side, AE by EC we required. AE base and EC also we should take it as a base two triangles. AE value we required means AE as a base, you draw one triangle, and EC as a base also we should take one other triangle. For these two triangles areas we need to find again. So first I need to find AE as a base. I have one triangle here, but height I need to change from D to M. I constructed one more line. DM is the perpendicular line for AC. For AC, I am taking here DM is the perpendicular line. So that is why DM is the height of AC, a perpendicular line of AC. So for this AE as a base, DM is the perpendicular line. So that is why DM is the height of ADE triangle. Now EC as a base, next we will go for. First we need to find the area of this triangle. Now area of triangle AED is equal to half into what is the base I said? AE as a base, because we require AE value. So that's why you take AE as a base, AE into height you know already DM. So this is the third equation. Now go for another one more triangle. EC as a base, you need to construct one more triangle. So that is why I could join here DC. If I join DC, here I get DAC is one more triangle, and here the triangle for this triangle EC is the base and height is DM as usual. So that is why you can go for that area of triangle. DEC is equal to half into base already you know EC into height is DM. This is fourth condition. So by dividing these two, again by dividing these two areas of these two triangles, see what you can observe, this half cancel, DM cancel. You get finally AE by EC. See what we required, AE by EC we get, right? AE by EC. First condition also we get AD by DB. So, but these two should be equalized. How? Here also one more statement we need to write. What is the statement? Already first time we used ADE triangle, and for second condition also AED triangle. Both are same, right? Another one more condition is in between two parallel lines. If you construct with the same base, with a common base, if you draw two triangles, those two triangles are similar. So that is why those two triangles areas also must be equal. Those two triangles areas must be equal. So that is the reason we could equalize those two conditions. First condition AD by DB is equal to, finally we conclude that therefore AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. This is that proof of basic proportionality theorem. So if he may ask that in 2 mark questions, otherwise 8 mark question they will give. In the 2 mark question they will ask that a definition of the basic proportionality theorem, or else proof that theorem we need to prove. And from this chapter again we can guess that SES similarity, derive SES similarity or SSS similarity also we can find out clearly. So, and again in that from this chapter 2 more sums you can observe once you check this. So in which method you did, once you check this these two sums, I'll read here. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB parallel DC and its diagonals intersect each other at point O. Show that AO by CO is equal to BO by DO. That sum also once you check it clearly. And fifth, one more sum. if AD and PM are medians of a triangle ABC and PQR respectively, where triangle ABC similar triangle PQR, prove that AB by PQ is equal to AD by PM also once you check. These three sums also once thoroughly check, and after we'll go for another chapter. Coordinate geometry. So from this coordinate geometry, we have very less formulas. So you know the formulas very clearly. We can get this from this chapter also easily. We can score the marks. So in this chapter, we have clearly three formulas. Definitely we have. So distance formula, you know already well known that distance formula is equal to root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is one formula, and we have one more section formula. Section formula we have in this. Remember carefully, m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2, comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So what is this point means? The line which can divide that, suppose AB is a line, for the AB line point P will divide in the ratio. So then in the ratio m1 is to m2, then the point P order pair is this. That section formula we can say the next one more formula, the line which is we have that AB, then P is the midpoint you have, then midpoint formula we should, midpoint formula we have x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. That means A order pair is x1 y1, B order pair is x2 y2. So then the point P is a midpoint. Suppose AP and BP are equal, then we can use this formula. By using this formula, we can find point P directly by using this formula. Otherwise, the ratios is different. That means AP is not equal to BP. Then in that time, he wants to find out the point P by using the formula of section formula m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So be careful. By using these three formulas only, this chapter will be depends. So in this point of trisection is very important sum. Compulsory it will becomes point of trisection means we will explain. We will discuss once. So see now two students claim to have found the points of trisection of the line segment joining A. The line segment joining A, two students are claimed to have, two students are joining A to B. The point A 4 comma minus 1 and the point B minus 2 comma minus 3. We have like this minus 2 comma minus 3. Two students claim to have find the points of trisection of the line segment joining A, and as follows B is given. Then how to find out the point of trisection means, first of all we need to know what is the point of trisection. The line AB will divide into three parts. The line AB will be divided into three equal parts. First we have, so like that three parts we want to do, that P and Q we have the 2 points. See now observe three equal parts it we wants to be means suppose this is one part, this is one part, this is one part. So I want to find out the point P. Point P order pair if I want to find. See what we have, the ratio must be here A to P is one part and P to B is 2 parts. That is why we should find out 1:2 is the ratio. Whenever the point P if you wants to find, we need to take the ratio as 1:2. Suppose if you wants to find the point Q. So point Q I need to find out. So left hand side we have 2 parts and right hand side we have 1 part. So that is why if you wants to find out the point Q, we should use the 2:1 ratio. So by using the section formula, you know already first one time M1 is to M2, we should take as 1 is to 2. And second time, if you want to find out, that means point P means this is point P, we want to find out the ratio will be taken as 1 is to 2. If the point Q, if you want to take the ratio will be M1 is to M2 is equal to 2 is to 1. Both should do. Compulsory point of trisection means 2 times we need to do the 1 is to 2 and 2 is to 1 also we should find out. Then only we'll get the full marks for this sum. Next, one more sum, you have find the coordinates of the points which divides the line segment joining A and B into 4 equal parts, he said. So 4 equal parts means here we no need to go for the point of trisection. 4 equal parts. Suppose here we have the line AB, we have that. So AB line will be divided into 4 equal parts. First I divided into one part. So that is after that again A, suppose Q, this is A and Q will divide into 2 equal parts. This is point P. Then another Q and B will be divided into another part R. So that means you can go for that. No need to go for the point of trisection. You should go for the midpoint formula. Midpoint formula we can use by using the midpoint formula. How it is? First AB midpoint. AB midpoint we find. If AB midpoint, if you find AB midpoint is Q. So that is why by using the formula x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2, we can get that Q value we get. So then after the midpoint of AQ is P. AQ midpoint is P. So that is why AQ midpoint, if you want to find, you will go for that again, same formula. And after, if you want to get the R value, go for BQ midpoint. BQ midpoint. Same we should find out by using the BQ midpoint formula, R you will get. So here we no need to go for the section formula because section formula also we can get, but it is somewhere 3 times we need to do. It is difficult. So that's why go for the midpoint process, midpoint formula. Next in this, we have some other sums. See now, show the points 1, 7, 4, 2, -1, -4, 1 and -4, 4 are the vertices of a square. For this sum, we can go for that distance formula. Suppose in a square, we want to show this is a square, he said. So order pairs are given like that. Four corners they gave. 4 corners they gave. You need to say this is a square or not, we need to say. So that's why what we need to do. First, distance between AB and BC and CD and DA. 4 distances compulsory we should find. After that, diagonals distance also we should find. In a square, all the 2 diagonals are equal. At the same time, all sides are equal. So then only we confirm this is a square. If not, it may rhombus also. So that's why you can confirmly you should find out diagonals also. The diagonals are not equal means you can go for another value. So that's why diagonals equal and sides also must be equal. Then it should be a square. Like that we can conclude. By using the distance formula, we can find out this. And still we have some other sums from this chapter. Show the points are the vertices of a parallelogram. Show the points are the vertices of a parallelogram. For the parallelogram means condition what is? In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. These 2 opposite sides are equal and diagonals are not equal. Opposite sides are equal and diagonals are not equal. By the condition we can say that means first of all find out the distances and equal. These 2 distances find out. These 2 also must be equal and diagonals are not equal. Then you can say this is a parallelogram. So for finding parallelogram, you can use that condition. And another one more, if the points A, B, C, D are the vertices of a parallelogram, find P, he said. Vertices of a parallelogram. Here some vertices are given as like that, 4 vertices they give. Find out the P value. Some in any one order pair, he didn't give that value of P. So in that time, you go for in a parallelogram, diagonals are bisect each other. So that means here the point O is the midpoint of this, midpoint of this AC line and midpoint of this CD line, BD line, midpoint of diagonal of this, midpoint of these diagonals are equal. We could equalize those 2. Then we can find out the P value. So by using this, we can find. So these are the main sums in this. Again, one more sum you have. Find the coordinates of the point A, where AB is the diameter of a circle whose center is 2 comma minus 3 and B is 1 comma 4. Suppose in a circle, the radius is compulsory equal. The diameter is the half of the diameter is twice the radius. So in a circle, they given the diameter and one point is given external point of this center point O is given as 2 comma 3. And then another point also they give and some 1 comma 4 like now we need to find out that another side A, B and O. If you want to find the point A, here the radius from the center O to B distance is equal to O to A distance. That means O is the midpoint of AB line. So AB is a line. So now O is the midpoint. So that's why simply you can go for the midpoint formula. By using the midpoint formula, we can find out this other side by using x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. By using this formula, we can substitute these values, two values. You can equalize to center because of 2 comma 3 is the midpoint of this line. So that's why by substituting these two values, you may get this A value. So these are the main sums in this chapter. Now you know already the rest of the sums, very easy chapters you have. Some statistics also, once again check it, that subdeviation method, mean method, and mode and median. In this, any one sum will come definitely. Median we can expect from this chapter. And again, probability chapter is a easy sums we have. King, queen, jock sum. So carefully, once again, check it before going the examination. Once you revise all these formulas thoroughly, so after completion of your exam also, once again, check all 1 mark some questions that answers must be checked. So 1 mark questions only decide your 100 marks. Friends, carefully observe 1 mark and 2 mark questions, once again cross check. So after completion of your exams, finally thoroughly you check these two sections. 8 marks definitely you can attempt, no problem. 100% you can write that 8 mark questions because you have the choice, and 4 marks also you can write. So 1 mark and 2 marks only decide your 100 marks. Students carefully observe. So all the best. Everyone should write that exams very neatly. The presentation, don't forget, rough work also compulsory, do in the right hand side right corners. So carefully, and units also once again check it carefully. In the graph, don't forget to write that scale. So remember once again all this. So all the best. Thank you, sir.